Greetings and salutations, guys. Eric here with my review of AZRAEL. This is a cool new down and dirty horror movie starring Samara Weaving. Weaving plays a woman the credits do refer to as AZRAEL, living in a post-apocalyptic world where the Rapture has occurred and many of those left have now taken a vow of silence. Both she and the man she loves are taken captive by a nefarious group. She gets free, and now she's trying to get him back and to stay alive with quite a few deadly obstacles in her way. AZRAEL is written by Simon Barrett, whose collaborations with Adam Wingard include You're Next and The Guest, and it's directed by E.L. Katz. He worked with Wingard and Barrett on a lot of their early projects. He's directed his own films and episodes of television like The Haunting of Bly Manor, and I really like what they've done together here. Aside from some opening text that gives you the basics about the Rapture and the Vow of Silence, we're otherwise just kind of dropped into this world. Because there's no dialogue, there's no exposition dumps, and there's no monologues. No one is going to give you their speech about what life was like in the before times, or you don't know what I had to do to survive. We just follow AZRAEL's story almost in real time. It's all appropriately intense and suspenseful, and has some very exciting moments, and it all rests on Samara Weaving's very capable shoulders. Weaving has become quite the horror movie star in recent years, and I am far from the only person to joke about the fact that it feels like in almost every one of her films now, she is drenched in blood by the end, but you know what? She's great in all of them. This is a film that sticks with Weaving for almost the entirety of its runtime, and is obviously a completely physical performance, since her character doesn't speak, but she is a terrific physical performer. She conveys so much intensity as this character. This is not some sort of Rambo-type warrior woman, but she's going to do what she needs to do to fight back and try to survive. And if you've seen Ready or Not, you know how awesome it can be when Samara Weaving is fighting back against the people who have wronged her. I really appreciated the feel of this movie and how it immerses you into this world. Since we're only out in this rustic setting, we can only ponder questions like what society is like in the cities, but I like that. It's intriguing questions it's raising, not frustrating ones. Those questions include pondering the origins of these creatures that are also out in the woods that play a big part in the story. They kind of look like burnt humanoids, and they are sufficiently creepy the more and more we see of them. AZRAEL ends on a bit of an odd note. I kind of felt like they were going for a certain impact I don't think they quite nailed in the very last beats of the movie. Also, the ending involves a plot point that is kind of reminiscent of some other recent movies. It's no one's fault except for scheduling, but unfortunately you might kind of have that reaction going, oh, they're doing this in this movie as well. But for most of its running time, I found AZRAEL to be a very effective film. Director Katz keeps the tension high, I really like the makeup effects, and its use of characters who don't speak, it works as a central conceit, and it pulls you in. And in 2024, I am all for a movie that basically demands the audience not look at their phone if they're trying to follow the story at all. And it proves, once again, that what the world can always use is a movie where Samara Weaving is covered in blood while doing her best to make other people bloody, because who would argue with that sort of cinematic magic? So those are my thoughts on AZRAEL, which will be in theaters this coming weekend. It will be on Shudder down the line in a few weeks, but I say check it out in the theater if you can, especially if you're a horror movie fan or a Samara Weaving fan, and I think there's some crossover between the two. I think it's worth going to the theater to check this out and get that experience, because it does have its own sort of unique vibe and feel to it. Alright guys, if you can like and subscribe, that would be excellent, and I'll be back with more soon. Take care.